I loved the t-shirt, so I'm in the car and I'm going this way.
Well, at mine, I can't, my windows are so tinted.
Call the meeting to order, please.
It's on.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll do roll call, please.
Harry,
Here.
Plum,
Here.
Petulski,
Here.
Osluper,
Here.
Wakeman,
Here.
Mayor Gardner.
Here.
Meeting is absent excused.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Moving on to approval.
Yep.
You're on.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Always good to test it though, because I never know what I'm gonna get when I turn it off and turn it back on again. Looking at the agenda, we only have a couple of action items on the agenda, but it certainly was a busy week. Do I have a motion for approval of the agenda and the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through B as presented, waiving the reading.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carried. Moving on to the bills of warrants. Do I have a motion there?
I propose a motion to approve bills of warrant number 14251 paid in the amount of $35,743.25 and bills of warrant number 14252 unpaid in the amount of $2,894.37 and Visa in the amount of $3,038.35 as presented, waiving the reading.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Do you have that, Charlie? Any discussion? We'll do a roll call vote then.
Petulski,
Yes.
Osluper.
Yes.
Long,
Yes.
Harry.
Yes.
Wakeman,
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes. Thank you very much. Motion carried. Moving on, we don't have any presentations scheduled for tonight. We'll go to the mayor's report. The all-important garbage contract, solid waste contract expires at the end of March. So we are drafting a request for proposal to get bids. With that, Charlie's been working on it. We have a few things that have changed. We're gonna tweak a little bit. One thing is that, I don't know if you know, in summertime, when the waste cans all around the beach are emptied on Friday by Stevens, and then we fill them up over the weekend. And we were going all week long with full bins and no place to put the garbage. So what they did was they have about 12 garbage cans in reserve by the treatment plant, by the DPW garage actually. And the DPW comes out on Monday morning, switches out with clean cans, and that carries us through the week, and they're full by Friday. So we want to add that to the contract, make sure we're covered, and clear up a couple other things in there. But we'll be assembling a RFQ and posting that here real soon.
What about switching the date then? Asking them if they could switch the pickup date.
Well,
So
no matter,
pick up on Mondays.
then it's full going into the weekend. It takes two.
Oh.
They fill all of those cans up during the week, and then over the weekend, you fill them up again.
Well, at least they're filling
So,
them up and not
it
throwing it
is.
on the beach.
It is. It really. I was actually thankful to Stevens for proposing that solution, and they added that in there. So we want to make sure we keep doing that. It's been working out very well. Just a few things like that, and we'll have that RFQ up and posted.
And Mayor will remember to keep the dumpster day,
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, we pay for that, and we do have enough that we are going to do the dumpster day, and Parks and Rec talked about adding another one if we can get the volunteers to support it. It's a really good thing for the community. And if we can get the support, if people want to volunteer, we will do it again. We have enough in the waste collection fund to pay for more dumpsters, and
That'd be
it's
great.
really a good way to keep our city clean. Representatives from the Planning Commission, the DDA, Mike Dembski from the Building Office, and I met with Mike Lucarelli as requested in a pre-planning session to review the process and timeline for his lakeside development there, his lakeside development plan. He will be presenting a site plan to the Planning Commission. It was a very productive meeting, I think. We covered a lot of things. It was over 2 hours in discussing with some really good input from all sides. What we're looking at is what he needs on that site plan. And just to kind of go over the process, I know we've done this a number of times. What happened was that was residential property when our zoning was updated to add that to the downtown mixed use district because it's a prime property. While it's residential, it stays residential if that's the primary use until somebody proposes to change the usage from residential to commercial. And that's a key thing. It's a very valuable property there as a commercial property. So Mike has some a plan that he is going to submit. There are some things on there that we advised him on that are going to have to be cleaned up on that, and he agreed. He's going to submit it, listen to the Planning Commission, see what they need, and go down the checklist of what has to be on the site plan to approve it, and we're looking for good progress there. As far as the walkway, that is a council thing. We are in contact with Phil, our attorney, and looking at some things that we have to work into that agreement. Mayor Pro Tem Wakeman is involved in that also, and we're in contact with our attorney and getting terms that protect the city and make it doable. But we're moving forward on that. In the meantime, he's going to work with the Planning Commission and get that site plan submitted to change that usage to commercial so he can get the plans approved. That's all for commercial use. One quick lesson in the Zoning Enabling Act of Michigan that we follow. You may have seen that the Monroe County Road Commission posted that they are no longer supplying salt to any other entities, and that's where we get our salt from the Monroe County Road Commission. They buy in bulk and then they sell it to the different municipalities. Well, with the hard winter and the usage, they said, we have just enough for us and we won't be able to supply municipalities. Thankfully, Dave Gouts, being proactive, made sure that we have salt, and he had a load brought in before the season really started to get heavy, filled our bin. We're in good shape for Luna Pier, and we have enough to carry us through, even through these tough times. Now, I get questions about salting all of the streets, and we can't do that. It would take all of our supply, a couple of storms, and we would be completely out. So we do the best we can with cleaning up the bad spots, getting all the intersections, getting those salted. In the next few days, the salt's not going to do any good at all. It's going to be sub-zero and really into single digits for a few days. And the salt doesn't do anything then. It just gets knocked off the road. It doesn't melt the ice. So be careful out there. Be patient. We're doing the best we can. It looks like about a week of really cold weather to where the salt will finally become effective again. But we'll keep plowing. Our DPW, they're on it. We thank them for their hard work, and they've been keeping up with it in this unusually cold weather. As a reminder, Freedom Festival. We're putting together a new Freedom Festival committee. If anybody is really good with organizational skills, this is kind of one of the easier jobs right now of planning. It gets intense later on, but we can show you how, and we need good organizers on that committee. The team did a fantastic job last year. This year going in, it's 250th birthday of our nation, 100th anniversary of our pier out there. So two great events that we need to celebrate. We need to do it right. So I'm asking if you know somebody or if you have those organizational skills, we really could use them. Put them to good work. Any questions? If not, we'll move forward through the department reports. We have a police report there. Looks like our car, our new police vehicle, it's a pickup truck, is getting the lettering and everything done on the outside, and then they'll install the equipment. Things are moving along. You'll see a Chevy pickup police car. Our first new car in a decade or more. So it'll be good to have something dependable. Fire department report, we'll get one next time, and a building report. We don't have one this meeting, but we'll have one next time. Committee reports, DDA. Oh, there's a chief is here. Would you like to speak? Chief, sorry, I don't want to.
Sorry,
Hiding over there.
Yep.
I'm always hiding, you know. It's so easy for me to do.
Your shirt's on backwards.
Probably. Good evening.
Goody.
All right, I'll go off with the easy stuff first. Last year we had 205 calls. That's down from the year before, which we had 260. As much as I hate to say it, I think a couple of people that we normally ran on passed away, so that could be possibly it. But it is what it is. We're working on this year. Smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. We put on our on the site and everything that we will come out to your house and install them. You get one per bedroom, one smoke detector per bedroom, one carbon monoxide detector per floor. Okay. So, and they're given to us by the state. We don't pay for them. The only thing we paid for was a step ladder so we can go put them in your house. And it's on the availability of our guys to be there to go out and do it. So it's not like, well, I need you to be here at 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturday or whatever. It's whenever our guys are available, unfortunately. But we just got, today, actually just got our replenishment, 72 smoke alarms and 24 carbon monoxide detectors. So we can start doing it again. We ran out of carbon monoxide detectors, and the state was waiting to redo their stuff so that we could get more in. So they're back in. I want to show this. When he was here today, we were talking. He called it a bed shaker. All right. I don't know if they can see that or not.
Actually, they can.
Pardon it. The thing being is, it looks like an alarm clock, but it's got a tail with a little round disc on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. And basically what it does is it sits on your nightstand, and it's calculated so that if your smoke detector goes off, it can hear that, and it will sit there and shake your bed. For people that are like hard of hearing, okay? I don't want to say deaf, but I mean, no offense, older people have problems hearing. So this will shake the bed, hopefully wake you up. Now this also, now this is free also, but it's something that we have to order. Okay, it's not something that we have a supply of them sitting there and like I can just hand them out. This is something we would have to tell the state, hey, I need one or I need two, whatever the case may be. And they will give them to us for free. And again, we go out and help you put them in. Now this also, not included, but it also has devices that you can hook up to it. Of course, they have a monitoring fee and all that stuff, to where you can make it so, say you can't hear your cell phone at night, you can make it so this way it'll hear your cell phone go off and it'll shake your bed. Your kid cries, shake your bed. Okay, so it can do other things besides just do the smoke alarm, but the key being is, free-wise, that's what it's supposed to do, is help you wake up when your smoke detector goes off, okay? Now,
That was,
that was the easy part. As you know, I've been explaining that we need a new roof on our department. Now, I actually went to 5 different companies. 4 came back to me, so I went out to 2 more, and I have a total of 6 now that have come back. And if I asked Charlie, and he said he sent a copy of all of them to you guys. Some of them have stated, according to Mike Dembski, he finally looked it up and told me, I think the beginning of this week, that technically we should have an R30 insulation value put on it. Okay, so when they tear everything off, and that's what I told every single one of them, I want you to basically tear everything off and start over, because we have no idea what's underneath. We do know, we can see it from the inside of our attic, that we have a few of the boards that are bad, need to be replaced, okay? Now, I don't know, is there more other places where we can't see? Not a clue. But we do know there are some. And I've told them, every single one of them that we do know there's some bad wood. Some of them came back and said, well, we will replace up to X amount of boards within the butt in there. Some have come back and said, okay, well, we're gonna charge you. And it was various price tags per sheet of plywood plus labor to put it in. So, and some came back with gutters, some came back with no gutters. Okay, so just to turn around and say, okay, well, this one's the cheapest one and that's the one we should go with. The problem with that is we may actually get a better bargain out of somebody that's maybe a little bit higher. Now they go, the lowest price I have is $59,000 change, and the highest price is $93,000. I got kind of something, everything in between. So just the reason I'm bringing this all up is because if you look at it and say, well, you know, this guy, hey, he's the cheapest. He's the one we ought to go to. Well, the key is the next guy up in the rung, he may turn around and not that he's got more into the bid as opposed to this guy. So that's something we're gonna have to sit down, and we also may turn around and this gentleman, he may not be at an R30, he may be at a, I don't know, R15. Well, now if we make it to code like we're supposed to, we're gonna have to go back and tell him, look, you gotta bring it up to R30 with the same stuff. Originally, how do I say this nicely? Originally, what we should have done is gone to an architect and say, hey, Luna Pierce Fire Department needs a new roof. Tell me what it is we should ask these people. Well, he'd have come back and said, okay, you need to, of course, tear it all off. You need to go and replace, you know, X amount of wood. You need to use this kind of insulation. You need to use this kind of rubber. You need to use whatever. The architect would have set the standard as this is what's supposed to be done. Now, everybody bid on it. And so when the bids come back, they would all been exactly the same. The problem with that, it costs money. And trying to do it the cheapest way we can, we just went out for bids to see what everybody would come back with.
Do you have 2 of your favorites that you've reviewed?
I have 2 that I like. I don't know how many of you know Frank Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good. He's the one that's going through them. I haven't talked to him since the last 2 came in. So before I actually say these are the 2 that I would like the best, I want to talk to him about it. But other than that, yes. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is so that way, again, you guys just don't go, oh, well, this guy's the cheapest, let's go with him.
Right.
Just to let you know, we don't always do that.
Well,
Neil may even do a
Right.
spreadsheet with all of them.
Yeah.
hey, and you know, the thing is, when I talked to Dunsky, I said point blank, look, I'm a phone guy. I work on phones. If you come and replace the roof on my house, I have an idea what you're talking about. Go replace the roof on a fire department, I don't have a clue.
Right.
I mean, I kind of have an idea the way it should be done. I have an idea of maybe what should be up there. but is it right? Not a clue. So that's why I went to Frank. Frank's the one that goes through and looks at it. And some of these people are really detailed as to what they're gonna do, and some are not detailed at all. So it's kinda like you wonder.
Right.
And I'm not saying that they're bad or they're good. I'm just saying the bids are completely different. So,
Yeah, I think it's good to point out that Frank,
Pardon?
for anybody who doesn't know Frank, he is a professional carpenter
he actually
with
carpenter that
decades,
works for Ford's.
yeah, decades of experience. And
Do you guys have any questions? Anything that I can answer, or anything you would like me to find out and get back with you on?
I did talk with Mike about the R30,
Mhm.
and it's my opinion, absolutely, go with what code is.
Right.
We don't do different rules for
Well,
ourselves
because
and hold
tech-
other people to a higher standard.
Technically, anybody that doesn't have the quote, we're doing an R30 in here, their bid already, what I can do is go back and say, okay, listen, hey, we found out that it has to be an R30. Is your bid up to an R30? If not, please resubmit the bid with an R30, okay? Now, if they're already sitting at an R30, then I'll just leave it alone. But, other than that, that's kinda, and
Yep.
more than likely, this won't happen until spring to begin with, because at least 3 of the people that I've talked to all said the same thing, basically, we need a 3-day window of 40-degree weather, because otherwise they need it to seal. And it ain't gonna do that unless it's sealed, and it's gotta be dry and everything else, and you know how greatly that happens here.
See him in,
Yep.
in June.
But, so it's, again, even if I wanted to, I don't need an answer today. All I wanted to do is give you the information, so this way you guys are aware of what's happening, what's going on. Okay?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
He checks off one box in our old business here already.
Oh, kind of.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate all you do and all of the first responders, all of their hard work responding to all those calls. Now, moving on to committee reports. I was at the DDA meeting, but I'll allow Counselor Huang, as,
So I don't have any updates from the DDA meeting, not since the one from December.
all right.
I'm assuming you're referring to the meeting with Mike Lucarelli.
Yeah, the pre-planning, yeah.
Would you expound on that?
Yes, we met. There's definitely some obstacles to overcome. It's a very ambitious project. It's going to take some serious engineering. It's going to take some engineering on our part and checking things to make sure everything is done right. When you're crossing over a road, you have to build to standards, modern standards for a pedestrian overpass going over a road where things won't get dropped down or anything like that. So there are some challenges with that project. Now, we told Mike it would be good to move along because he should submit that build plan and get things working, because things are going to have to, you can't go one after another. It will put this timing way out, and he can do it that way, but it's not going to meet his expected timing. One of the other things is parking is definitely an issue. It's a problem we need to solve. It's not insurmountable, but it's a hard problem that we're going to have to solve on that. So those are kind of the key things. We didn't really address any of the building plans for the buildings themselves. That comes with the actual project and applying for the permits and through the building office. Mike Dembski takes care of all of that. Right now, we want to know where the buildings are, the footprint, everything like that. That's what we need for the site plan, and we have that. Now, it'll go before the planning commission. I think we're all in agreement, including Mike, that they'll probably table it and have time to look it over and see what they need. They have a whole list of items that they need to check to make sure it passes muster with our building code, and then they can approve the site plan. And they're all normal things. It's a normal process everybody goes through. Parking is one of the things that's really a challenge. We're gonna have to solve that problem. Talk about some accessory parking where it can be, what's gonna be acceptable for that, because there's not enough parking on site. It's just not there. So we're working through those, and we have different options. So we're working through that, and that's what we accomplished at that meeting, and that's the direction we're going.
There's a number of things in the agreement that was put forth by their side that didn't have considerations for the city, and those will
Yes.
have to be added and agreed to by both parties. So
Yes.
there is, like you said, there's going to be a process with this one. It's not a cut and dry thing.
Yes, and thank you for pointing that out, because there's granting the easement is completely different than the actual building plan. Council can grant the easement, planning cannot. Planning is in charge of approving the site plan, everything else. Council doesn't weigh in on that. That goes through but the easement to put that pedestrian bridge, that's on council. That's our thing. And our lawyer is working on it and pointed out some things. We're gonna mark some things up. Go back and we gotta check with our insurance coverage to make sure we're clear there. There's things we're doing at the same time, going over that, getting that straightened out, getting a contract that protects the city and protects the public safety, and we can move forward with it. Anything else?
Just general clarifications on the side, on the things that they had in there as well.
Yes, yeah.
Wasn't necessarily anything ambiguous or anything, but there were definitely some things that might not be in keeping with code necessarily.
Yep.
So that has to be looked into further with because there was verbiage in there on standard building practices, and that needs to be clarified. Things of that nature.
Appreciate that.
It's a good start, but it's just a start, and,
Yeah.
and we'll go through.
We're working for it. Let's put
Yes.
it out there. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep, it's not anybody working against each other. We're all working together on it. I don't have anything to report for flood. We are down a couple of members. If people would like to get involved, we are considering the gate for the canals, about opening that up. Now, obviously, it won't be till springtime, but we are looking at that, what it can take, if it's feasible, if we need to put money into it, if we can do that. But we have openings on the Flood and Erosion Protection Committee, if you'd like to be a part of that. Parks and Rec, do you have anything, Diana? I know we have our planning meeting.
Yeah, I actually didn't make that meeting, but
Yeah.
I do know, we had discussed before that we're gonna really focus on the children this year. We wanna do some activities for, Earth Day.
Okay,
Yeah,
yep.
and all that, and, just looking forward to getting going again.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot of exciting things happening there. That's a really good crew. And I think we covered most of the planning updates. Our council rep could,
No, we
Weigh
covered
in?
it all last meeting. We haven't had a meeting yet. It's next
Yep.
week.
yep, I think.
So
There's
next,
a lot going on between the meetings, but
yeah, so next meeting, we should have a bit to talk about, so.
yep. So a full agenda for the next meeting on the 27th, is it?
Yes,
Next week, next Thursday?
Tuesday. Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday. Let me get the right one. Get mixed up with
Made me have to think.
council nights. Old business, roof repair recovered, lighthouse and bathroom upgrades. There's actually two things that we need desperately that we don't have money budgeted for. And that's the lighthouse and the fire hall roof. Now, the roof, we do have a rainy day fund, which is, sometimes what our reserve is called.
Both dollars.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money, but then again, if a leaky roof doesn't qualify for a rainy day, I don't know what does. So things to consider, and the timing on the lighthouse bathroom upgrades. It's, you all know how bad they are, and the only time we can really do that practically is in the wintertime. So those two things, we have not figured out how we're gonna pay for those, but they're two very important projects. Light committee, there is activity, but not, we still need someone that can step in and chair the blight committee. I didn't make that one of the council assignments. Maybe I should have and appointed somebody, but we do need someone for that, and I'd prefer a council member to take that position as the blight committee chair. I'm gonna start pressing for that very soon. We are actively taking care of blight. The chief is addressing it. We're going around and giving him assignments on that, both residents and things that I see, input that I get. So we are working towards addressing the blight, but I would like to move forward that blight committee. And I really think a council member should chair that. Part-time city administrator position. That is something we really need to address. We have two people here. Any progress or any contacts or solicitations
I'm sorry, say it again.
on the city administrator
Yeah, I
search?
can comment on that. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Yep.
So we did have a very, very productive meeting earlier this week. We finally got some things in a row, so to speak.
Excellent.
Again, it was a lot of my shortcomings that was kind of holding things up, so I apologize for that, but I hope I stepped up here just recently in that they feel that they've gathered enough information from similar municipalities. There's no one like us, really. But they feel that they've got enough information to get the discovery type things out of the way or under our belt and not really miss anything. And then there was, Connie was proactive in putting together a list based on like residents and then city and police and fire, things of that nature on items that have come up from different areas of the city, not just the residents, but things that crop up at the city level as well. Kind of put those in columns and listed out what those were. A lot of them had overlap and synergy there. And so I said, okay, I offered to formalize that and memorialize it a little bit better. And then I kind of went overboard, and as I sometimes do. And I tried to think, I was put myself in a comrade's shoes here that will also be involved in this and say, okay, what will they want to know that we went through to put all this together? So try to put a packet together that would be informative for them, like, why an administrator, and then laying out what the priorities might be and how we arrived at organizing the priorities so that if we do decide that we can afford and it would be beneficial to have a city administrator, we set them up for success rather than just say, here's the list of all the things that need to be done, go. All right, we can help prioritize. I kind of broke things into 3 different tiers. Tier 1 would be the things that people see every day, and those are the things that we hear the most about, right? Because they can see them. And then as you go into like tier 2, tier 3, those become more longer range goals, and maybe some of the things that we don't see that I'm a big proponent of fall into the later. But the tier 1 things can be something that the residents themselves say, hey, we have a city administrator, things are getting done, we can see it, right? So trying to organize things that way a little bit more, and then also have a means for success measurement, metrics for the city administrator to make sure that we are involved and making sure that the things that need to be addressed are being addressed, and any help that they need from us or anybody else. And because this isn't going to be a one-person job either, they're going to be
Right.
asking for, or they would be asking for volunteer help in some of these things as well. So I kind of said, yeah, we kind of need a Pied Piper of a city administrator, right? Some people that would want to work with this person as well. So we have some good organization going. I just submitted it to the rest of the committee. They've had comments. I said, it was a first draft. Let's go ahead and keep going with this and massage it more with your input. So Dewey, if you'd want to comment as well.
Yeah, we just decided we didn't need the position.
Yeah. So sorry. All that work for nothing.
Yeah.
No, Neil covered it incredibly well here. The idea was to be able to prioritize duties, responsibilities, how we measure metrics, as well as how the position aligns with, or rather, how the position helps the city align with the master plan, right? Being able to move in the direction of here's what we agreed upon for a 5-year goal or a 1-year goal or a 3-year goal, moving long term and becoming scalable in that nature. So
Very good.
it's a fine balance between the role taking on duties as well as load balancing the existing duties.
Very good, thank you. Yep, and no apologies needed. I know I would take more active role in it if I just didn't have to sleep at night. You know, it's wasted, 7
Weird.
hours. But I know how everybody's schedule is extremely busy, and this is really an important position because we are very, very taxed. New business, the reappointment of Ray Frost to Flood and Erosion Protection Committee. Ray's been on the committee for some time, a valuable person to have on that committee. He's our representation from Allen Cove. We have some people from Lakewood. We could use somebody for in between. I pointed out before, the water's low right now, but it'll come back. It'll be back up, and it's not the lakefront people that are at risk. It's the entire city that's at risk in a flood. If you talk to anybody who lived here in the 70s, the floods were devastated. City Hall had water in it. Water got all the way up to the fire hall. We had people throughout the city who evacuated to the fire hall. And in one time, water was all the way up to the fire hall and threatening to flood that, and almost had to evacuate everybody out of there before it came down. So that's how deep the water can get, up to the windowsills of houses in Luna Pier. It happens. It has not happened since we built a dike system. We got to maintain that dike system, and that's the charge of the Flood and Erosion Protection Committee, to maintain our pump system and maintain our dike system. And it has been the difference between flooding and not flooding. So that's a very important position, and we could use some help with that. The other thing is the resolution number 900, 980, I should put my glasses on. It's the poverty exemption guidelines for 2026. That's a formality that we go through every year. It's a required action, and it's directed by our city assessor.
Mr. Mayor, I'm not sure if you saw the email that I sent after Charlie sent that. I'm not sure if Charlie saw it either, but I sent an email today back. I get asked about the poverty exemption from residents from time to time, and I thought, why not put a frequently asked questions, because I'm
Yes.
getting them. If we could publish them, then there's a resource that people can go to the city website and say, oh, okay. More layman's terms rather than the formality and the way the thing reads, right?
Yeah.
Did you get that, Charlie? Did you see it today? Okay.
I did not see it, but that's a very good idea. When you do read it, you realize what it's for and who it serves. It keeps people from losing their houses who have no money in the bank. Assets are very, very limited, and they have a very low income. It's a very it's very important
Well, and one of
tool
the
to have to keep people from being on the street who had a house.
Right, one of the things that's the most misunderstood is that some of the forgiveness that is given out has to be spread back through the city,
Yes,
which is ultimately the taxpayers. So some explanation of that kind of helps too. It's not the entire burden, but it is a fraction of that it does get spread out through the rest of us, the rest of the taxpayers. How's that?
yes. Yes. So we do have it's a good idea posting that and let people see what it's all about and how it works. And somebody that may be eligible, rather than losing their house, could
That too.
use that tool. Any other questions or input?
Just some old business maybe that
Sure.
we're seeing a lot of activity over in that area over there off Luna Pier Road, on the south side of Luna Pier Road.
Yes.
One's more visible than the others, obviously, because it's kind of right off of Luna Pier Road. Is similar activity for both
Yes.
retail establishments
Both
ongoing?
both establishments are very, very active. Mike Dembski has been working extra hours going in and doing inspections, taking care of things. High profile, plans to open early February. So they're very close. They've got a few things they have to just clean up for. They have to complete to get their certificate of occupancy, but they're very close to that. There's some doors that need to be fixed, and there's a small list of things, items that they need to tick off and get done, but they're very close to getting that certificate of occupancy. And Mike is going back down there tomorrow morning, so things are going really well there. You don't see as much progress on the outside, but the inside is a much bigger project on the Bose building. Its inside is completely gutted and rebuilt and done very nice. There's a lot of work to be done in that building, but it's coming along very nicely.
Much more industrial nature for them and much more commercial for the others. So that makes sense.
Yes, it's just it's bigger space and a lot more work.
And how about our trucking issue?
Trucking issue, we're meeting with our attorney on a very regular basis.
It's really hard to know what we can. It's not really hard to know what we can and can't say. It's just,
it is.
It's hard to want to say something and not
Yes.
be in breach of anything, right? But one thing we can say is that this has been the most forward-moving dialogue that we have had between both parties. This has been the most transparent with what the intent is on their side, when it was not so much in the past. So our attorneys feel right now that we are the closest we've ever been to coming to an official agreement that works for both the city and Dynamic and allows them to do what they want to do, and we want them to do, right? Than we've ever been.
But not in
And
that
if we
location.
can, pardon?
But not in that location, down at Erie Road where it's, yep.
Careful.
Yes. Well, no, I don't think it's any secret that he wants to move down there. He's
Right.
stated that, and
Right. So we feel we're close. We're hoping they feel that we're close. And like I said, this is the most progress we've ever made. And obviously, and still, you all, in the end, will have to be brought all the way up to speed on everything that has transpired and help make that final decision. We're not. We're just the representatives that we hope you trust to get us that far, rather than drag you all through the trenches on it.
right. We can't approve anything. It has to go before council before everything's done. So wish we could say
Back
more.
to the weed, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but on southbound 75, there is a Bose sign coming to Luna Pier. Have you seen it?
Yep.
I
Yes.
seen it the other day and I was like, there it is.
Yeah, I think they grabbed those open.
Southbound or
billboards.
northbound? I saw the northbound.
I seen it
Northbound.
southbound coming home the other day.
Up there? Up farther?
Because I work in Frenchtown and I was coming
Alright,
home. And
okay.
it was on the side,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Because I didn't see it northbound, so now I'm gonna have to try to pay attention.
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's,
Yeah, there's,
Northbound, I'm usually racing the trucks, so.
Right. Yeah, we were
southbound-
wondering if the JARS sign that they had, because there's an affiliation there, the JARS sign on northbound, if that was gonna share it or swap out.
Yeah, I
Right now
didn't
they
see the
swap.
northbound, but I have, because it's 10 o'clock at night when I come home, so I can kind of relax a little bit and not race trucks as much.
yeah, there's a finite number of billboards. And,
That's for sure. And they're all filled with the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else anybody have before we go to public comment? This time, we'll go to the community input section of the meeting. The floor is open. If anybody would like to make comments, ask questions, address council about anything, now is the time to do it. We actually look forward to hearing from people.
Not you. You had your chance. You had your chance. All good?
All good?
Take a lock?
Yeah.
Take 2 locks.
it's not often, it's not often I don't have much
Yeah.
to say, but I really don't have anything to say.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So
with that-
Thank you, things are going well, thank you.
With that, we'll move to council action needed. Reappointment of Ray Frost to the Flood and Erosion Protection Committee.
I propose a motion to approve the reappointment of Ray Frost to Flood and Erosion Protection Committee for 3-year term expiring 1/15/2029 as presented.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carried. Thank you, Ray, for stepping up. Resolution number
980.
980. I'll make sure I'm saying that right. Poverty exemption. Do I have a motion?
I propose a motion to approve the resolution number 980 poverty exemption guidelines 2026 as presented waiving the reading.
Support.
We have a motion. We have support. Any discussion? I'll just say good input on posting that. We'll go to a roll call vote for that one.
Wakeman,
Yes.
Huang,
Yes.
Skatulski,
Yes.
Osluper,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Mayor Gardner.
Yes, thank you very much. Motion carried. Council input and information. Councilor Huang, start on that end.
Nothing for me at this time, thank you.
All right. Councilor Skatulski,
Nothing, thank you.
Councilor Osluper.
I did hear a rumor that we do have a new secretary at Parks and Rec. That Abs was stepping up and she's gonna, that's awesome.
And her name is Dakota.
I don't know what she's going by.
She changes her name.
Yeah,
Dakota
No,
for
she is
some,
sharp.
Abs for me.
she is sharp. She is-
Abs for me too.
Okay.
Ditto.
When she said
Yeah.
Dakota, I'm like, who's
She,
that?
you know what? I don't get these
Yeah,
things, but
she
I'm
does,
trying.
she does a really good job. She's a
She's-
real go-getter.
She's really
And you know what?
excited.
I would hope that she influences more younger people to step up and become involved in the city.
She's a wonderful young
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah,
Yes, she is.
She can call herself
Whatever
Whatever
she
she
wants.
whatever she wants. 'Cause she's doing a fantastic
Amanda's
job.
daughter, how about that?
I'm good, thank you.
Councilor Wakeman,
You good?
all up.
I already spent mine, so.
Okay, that's all I have. The only thing I might add is there's a lot going on in our downtown area. I said before that with that gas station opening up on the other side, exit 6 is really going to be on the map, that things are going to change, and they are. There's significant investment going into the gas station on our side, it's with a food court going in there. There are plans downtown that are moving forward, not just Lakeside, but other things. VDA is doing a fantastic job down there. Things are looking really good as far as the economic development in the downtown area. So I'm really happy to report that, and wish I could report more details, but they will come in as projects are submitted and plans are submitted. We don't have any correspondence. The general information planning is Tuesday, January 27th, 2026, 6 p.m. I encourage you to write that down. They have a very full agenda down there, things that will impact the city, and it'll be good to have your input. DDA Tuesday, January 27th, 7 p.m. at the Lighthouse. Parks and Rec, Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at the library. City Council, February 12th, 7 p.m. here at Water Tower Park. Flood and Erosion, Tuesday, February 17th, 7 p.m. at Water Tower. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
We got motion, support, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.